implement 30 to 40 of those Insite places in the province because he understands that it works. He hasn't succeeded yet, he hasn't made his final decision, but I am sure, because in Quebec we believe in people first, I am sure that he will take the right decision and that nothing will keep him from putting it forward. And by nothing I mean Mr. Clement, Mr. Harper, I mean this government that doesn't think about anything but its rightist views. You know, I was looking at the children, at the pictures. I was walking within the crosses. It felt very eerie. I don't think that any one of those children ever sat on Santa's lap and asked to become a junkie, asked to become an addict. I don't think either one. It didn't happen. Being hooked is not mortal sin. It's a disease. And we must work towards helping people who are hooked get rid of it if they wish to. But until and unless they have the environment in order to do it, until and unless they have the support in order to do it, until and unless they have the experience of people in social services, medicine, doctors, nurses, social workers, in order to do it, it doesn't work. The street is hard. The street is difficult for anyone. But I remember my father once told me, in order for someone to hope, all you have to do is have one person who believes in you. And he told me that he was the one who believed in me. I left home, I was very young. By telling me that, my father allowed me to become the person I am today. And it's in every one of us, in every one of you, in every one of the people that you help and that are being helped to become the best that they can. If only we give them a chance and not let them die on the street. So please, Mr. Harper, please, Mr. Clement, think about that. Don't think only of your considerations and your ideology. Think of the people who are dying every day because you are not human enough. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Nicole. Right now, I'd like to introduce Robert Thibault and Hetty Fry from the Liberal Party of Canada.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. My name is Robert Thibault. I'm from Nova Scotia. I'm the health critic for the Liberal Party. My riding is very rural. We have very few intravenous drug users in my riding. But that does not mean that my people are not afflicted. My people, when they get the affliction, they end up in your cities, whether it's Montreal or Halifax or Toronto or Vancouver. And God bless you who take them in, who see to their needs, who make sure they have an area to be safe for that short period of time. And I hope that we're able to make sure that Insite keeps going, that others with that same compassion across the country have the ability to offer that service. When I heard Madame Evans, she was here speaking at an event organized by the Canadian Nurses Association, and I heard what Insite was doing, I was amazed, and I find it to be quite admirable. So I want to say that we had the Minister of Health come to the committee to talk about this last week. And he told us he was not against Insite. He did not want to close Insite. That he supported some of what it did. He supported needle exchange. But he was against supervised drugging sections because he was against illegal drugs. I don't know what he thought drug exchanges did. So I think he's being hypocritical and very selective in what he supports. We will continue the fight to work with you so that you can serve the people who need it most. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much for letting me speak of this. I feel a very strong attachment to Insite because I was a federal minister for the Vancouver Agreement when Insite begun, and I was able to get the exemption so that Insite could take place from the then federal government. Jenny Kwan was also the minister provincially, and Philip Owen was the mayor, and together we made this happen. happen. We had support from people like Libby Davies and support from many people around. At the end of the day, however, I have a deep attachment to this project because I'm a physician. Addiction is a health problem. It is a medical problem. The Minister Clement himself agreed that it is a health problem, and yet he is playing doctor. He is deciding that he can tell physicians and nurses and healthcare professionals not to follow clinical scientific evidence, but to listen to his ideology. That is unacceptable. Is he going to tell us? Is he then going to interfere if people wanted to remove gallbladders and tell us when doctors can remove gallbladders and when we can do open heart surgery? No. Is he going to continue to intervene in medical care? No. It is inappropriate. The scientific evidence is there. And that means that it's evidence over ideology, and this government is ideologically opposed. It is inappropriate for a Minister of Health, whose duty it is to protect and safeguard Canadian citizens, to deny people the ability to have life-saving services given to them. It is inappropriate. It is callous. And then we hear the Minister today musing that he might allow this to occur in Quebec. And that is because the Conservative government and Mr. Harper wishes to make inroads into Quebec. So he has made this not only an ideological issue, but a political issue as well. We do not play politics with people's lives, and this is precisely what this government is doing. I just wanted to say one thing. I was very moved listening to the beautiful rendition of that beautiful voice singing Amazing Grace. And I remember where it said, through many dangers, toils and snares we have already come. 'Twas grace that brought us safe thus far, and grace will lead us home. And if God's grace will help people who are addicted to have the use of a safe injection facility, who is Tony Clement to deny that grace himself?